It's my G Gaming. Welcome to this G Riffview for the other Nintendo Switch game that came out this year that everyone seemed to love, Octopath Traveler.
Out of my way.
The angsty Therion proves that teens don't do smack talk. Octopath Traveler is basically Square Enix finding its RPG remote from between the couch cushions after about 3 or 4 years of missing it, and going, I guess I should change the batteries. With the batteries in this case being a breathtaking, sharp, original visual style that is basically a pop-up book come to life, blah 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 blah. You've heard it all, but it really is that awesome looking. It really is that smooth in motion, and it really does feel like this massive story tome comes straight to life in your Nintendo Switch. That includes a lot of traditional pieces that have been shined up and presented as new, including some really old, really terrible design decisions that really squeak the brakes on this one, but can't quite stop the full momentum of what was basically seen as an RPG renaissance. You know, I feel kind of inspired by that plum. What should we name it? We'll call it Jerry. Jerry the Inspiring Plum. The conceit is simple enough, as you choose one of 8 heroes to start out with, but eventually you collect all of them, so it doesn't really matter. Regardless, they're seen as your main, if you will, that you can switch in and out as the situations arise and fall. And you go through their 4-act story, which is completely separate from any other story that you're going to come across, which is a big problem for me, because it creates this disconnect where you feel like you're just following along in the tales from the Octopath Traveler instead of everyone being in the same world. Creepy hentai monster uses grossly violate attack. The individual stories are well done though. They are not cookie cutter, they don't follow along exact beat points that you'd expect, and they do come from different angles, different potted soils, if you will, at the front end. So it's nice to see these stories. It's just also awkward because you are walking around with a party of 3 people following you, and they just vanish into bars and whorehouses whenever the real problems arise, except for these individual cutaway conversations, which are nice, and my god, they needed more of those, to where like Primrose and Olberic will talk about some event that just transpired in one of her vignettes. But all in all, you get more reaction from the random denizens of the town than you do with your own teammates, which never ever changes and actually seems to feel worse and worse as the game goes on, and you realize, oh no, these are never going to come together. We're never going to see all these characters in one spot fighting one unified enemy. And to me, that's a shame, because the world then has a lot of frayed edges where nothing has really helped the realm. We're just individual people helping one another. And that's just not what Christmas is all about, damn it! Oh my gosh, Therion! Like, pshaw, what are you doing, bro? Come on! As you can see, the battle system is colorful, it's active, and you have a risk-reward system with your charges and the vulnerabilities of your boss encounters, as pictured above, or just standard enemies, to where you can basically render them helpless for a turn cycle and just lay into them, but you have to realize that doing that with all of your charge attacks could leave you wide open. Therion's kind of workshopping that Joker laugh. Don't judge him on too harshly. One of the best and weirdest inclusions that Octopath Traveler has is the ability to visit various shrines and gain another copy of the same ability. For instance, you can give Ophelia Therion's thief abilities only in battle. So, a thief, for instance, can unlock chests, can pick locks in general. So if you find a chest at the end of a dungeon and you don't have Therion in your party and you need to unlock it, doesn't matter. You have to backtrack your way all the way back to a bar, grab Therion, come all the way back. That's even if Ophelia or whoever else has the thief abilities marked up and ready to go. So there's an immediate disconnect between the battle system and the real world system where you're running around in the overworld. That doesn't take away from the fact that it's awesome that you can mix and match everyone, basically playing dress up with their abilities and really creating these powerhouses, especially if you get some of the secret shrines. It just comes up way too often that you are backtracking for a single person to do a single thing and then dumping them back in the bar where they belong. Ah, good. Primrose is finally over her Horan hangover. Side quests also seem needlessly vague. You're given not even a map marker. You are just expected to know this entire world's population's business in order to successfully find some of these things, and it's just Google. That's the answer to everything, just Google. What is the picture of one fucked group of people? So, yeah, I mean, I'm spitting a lot of fire at Octopath Traveler here because I could see this being a game where I can come back and just sit and just take in the beautiful music, the beautiful landscapes, and the just flowing 16-bit but way better in a modern visual style animations. But it's these decently sized issues that really make chewing this game kind of difficult sometimes. But I'm still over 100 hours into it, so it's not like I'm not getting my enjoyment out of this, because I absolutely am. This is one of the best RPGs of this year. Actually, it probably is the best RPG of this year. This monster is just telling them all about the changing economic struggle of the video game industry and microtransactions and online passes, and everyone's just falling into the peaceful slumber that one would expect. As destiny itself seems to have ordained, Octopath Traveler gets an 8 out of 10 from me. And I really would like to see a Sextectopath Traveler. That's 16. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.